90% of the black quote unquote journalists that are employed right now in America are not journalists. These people are Democrat activists masquerading as journalists, okay? That is the only way that one can explain the absolute meltdown that is happening because the National Association of Black Journalists have decided to have a moderated Q&A with President Donald Trump at their national convention, moderated by Harris Faulkner from Fox News, I believe Rachel Scott from ABC News, and another woman that I wasn't, that I don't know who she is, doesn't matter. These people are melting down. Every black media personality, liberal of course, or every black person that calls themselves journalists that I am seeing on my Twitter feed are absolutely melting down. And so in order to understand why these people are melting down, you have to understand the role that black people in media see themselves as, okay? So black people do not go into journalism and into media because they have an interest in journalism, because they have an interest in asking questions, because they want to know the whys, the hows, all of that other stuff. No, a lot of the African Americans, a lot of the black people that go into journalism because it is a vehicle for their liberal activism. This is why nobody trusts this industry anymore. This is why everybody has tuned it out. I wouldn't even go to something like the National Association of Black Journalists because these are not journalists, okay? These are partisan hacks. These are Democrat propagandists. And if they were not Democrat propagandists, if these were people that were actually interested in the truth, they would be happy and welcoming Donald Trump to sit there and literally get grilled by journalists, okay? Because I know Harris Faulkner's a real journalist, and I know that the ABC News, Rachel Scott's a real journalist, okay? There is nothing wrong with journalists of any color sitting there with somebody that is literally running to be president of the United States and asking them real tough questions. It is a credit to Team Trump that they took this invite, right? And a lot of the reason that a lot of these people are melting down is because Kamala Harris was given the invite. Kamala Harris decided not to show up, and this is, very typical, right? Kamala Harris doesn't need to talk to black journalists. She doesn't need to talk to black people in general because she will have Hollywood, media, the entertainment industry, and all these paid black liberals do the bidding for her, right? So these people at the NABJ and all of these quote unquote black journalists that are melting down on Twitter right now should not call themselves journalists, because nobody that calls themselves a journalist should have any issue with this decision. They're talking about people, quote unquote, platforming Trump. They're talking about people giving a platform to his lies, blah, blah, blah. The cheap black journalist propagandist, April Ryan, okay, who made a name for herself just basically being a black woman, liberal activist, masquerading as a journalist, being anti-Trump, like she's the chief one with this. And so you have to understand, and I know of what I speak of. I have a degree in journalism from Columbia University. That's where I got my master's. So I got my start in all of this in journalism. And so I know the newsrooms that these people work in. I've been in these newsrooms. I've interacted with these people when I was at grad school in Columbia. I've interacted with these people at conferences. I've interacted with these people in the green rooms at these networks when I used to be in the straight up sort of journalism beat, okay? These are liberal propagandists. These are Democrat hacks. And that is how they see themselves. They see journalism as a conduit for their Democrat activism. This is why these people are absolutely melting down. This is why no sane person should take any of these people seriously. Anybody that you see, any black person that calls themselves a quote unquote journalist that is melting down about the fact that Donald Trump is going to be at the National Association of Black Journalists convention answering real questions from real journalists should not call themselves a journalist. You shouldn't be listening to these people. They are nothing but Democrat Party propagandist hacks. That is who they are. They're not journalists.